A lot has happened with the Student Center this year to piss you guys off, but what has us sick and tired is the amount of things that haven't happened. We're making this video to show you what's been done to bring the wall back, but most importantly, what's been done to prevent the doors from opening.
You guys have been kept in the dark long enough, and although this video will cause a severe backlash, we still believe it's the right thing to do. It's time you all knew what was going on with your student pub.
Due to CSRC's past financial debt from litigation, the 2013-2014 Council faced a difficult road to recovery. Each year, as students, a percentage of your tuition goes towards student fees. These fees are collected and transferred from the college to your student council so that we're able to afford and organize all of your activities throughout the academic year.
For example, concerts, pub nights, Frosh Week, Shinerama and Movember campaigns, Wonderland trips, sporting events, food drives, toy drives, club days, and Frostbite. This is all a service that we provide that you pay for.
Typically, Canadore takes an advancement of these fees and issues it to CSRC so we're able to plan your events throughout the summer months. Without this advance, CSRC can't operate or function properly.
This year, Canadore chose the decision not to provide us with these fees and instead proposed the idea to dissolve our council completely and form a new student group called CSC that would essentially be a replacement run by the college and its appointed members. You may remember a similar action being taken by the college the year before.
With virtually no leg to stand on, we felt that this transition to a new council would be the only way to ensure that we kept the students' voice and ensure that your money went towards your student experience.
Obviously, a big part of that experience is the wall, and without managers to operate the space, it's clearly impossible to run events. The students at Canadore and Nipissing have been lucky enough to have some pretty amazing managers organizing their bar nights for the last decade.
These individuals worked tirelessly to ensure you had the best college experience possible. They operated Pal's Convenience Store, Pita Pizza, the Student Center catering service, the Walls Restaurant, and of course every bar night you've ever been a part of.
Those nights you can't remember, those nights you'll never forget, are all because of them and the work that they put in each and every night.
Because of some pretty serious financial constraints and commitments, petty personal vendettas, and a couple mistakes made by everyone involved, we were ultimately forced to let the managers go.
In the past, if we were faced with a similar threat, we could rely on the revenue from our catering services to keep us afloat. But unfortunately, without those services this summer, we simply did not have the financial support to keep the managers here.
After weeks of worry, both institutions and student unions agreed that rehiring the managers on a temporary basis for orientation was not only necessary to be successful, but also the only viable option possible to ensure that our students receive the proper entertainment for the start of the year.
Both councils, as well as Nipissing University, fully expected these temporary contracts to lead to permanent extensions for all of the managers, and they should have.
However, this did not happen, and instead a four-way committee was formed with representatives from Canadore College, Nipissing University, NUSU, and of course CSRC.
The purpose of this committee was to find the best solution to reopen the wall. So what actually happened?
It prolonged the entire process and proved to be almost impossible to decide on anything relating to the space. With so many opinions in one room, no solution could be reached, and we yet again found ourselves at a standstill with negotiations.
Throughout this time, each and every executive for CSRC and NUSU have been accused of not doing our jobs. We've been blamed for the wall, we've been called a disgrace to our students, and we've been threatened in more ways than one. And you know what? We accept that. As students, you have not been informed and you've been kept in the dark. We're just as frustrated as you are.
We can assure you that not a day has gone by where we haven't worked on trying to get this place reopened. CSRC, NUSU, and Nipissing University have worked on multiple proposals trying to get an operations team in to reopen the space and have had absolutely no help from the college.
Every viable option has been disagreed with, disapproved, and completely shut down with little or no explanation as to why.
After months of working with the college on transitioning to a new student union and planning the new face of Canadore Student Council, the college urged us to officially resign as members of CSRC.
The three of us chose the ethically responsible decision to wait and make sure that CSRC was dealt with appropriately and properly before jumping ship. With the outstanding debt, litigation, and possibility of being personally liable, it would be morally wrong to just leave.
As a result, Canadore served us with a notice stating that our contracts with CSC had been terminated.
We still remain on CSRC as the directors you elected. However, with no student fees, no income, and simply no voice, we are urging the student body to get involved.
We understand this request should have came earlier, but as your student representatives, we always feel a need to figure these things out on our own without dragging you guys into it.
It's not easy for us to admit the faults that we've made and ask you guys for help, but we need it now more than ever. We've taken this as far as we possibly can on our own, and we need your support to make a stand.
It's your student center.
It's your money.
It's your time to speak up and finally get the answers you deserve.